This is Keyvon, and she's setting up for her first ever crochet market. She's got yarn, she's got vibes, and she may look calm, but she definitely forgot something. It's fine. Everything's fine. Spoiler. She definitely forgot something. It was the gift bags. If you're wondering how all this magic came together, good news, there's a whole video about it. Pause and go watch that video first.
I'm mic'd up. Hopefully the sound sounds good. Is the sound T? Let me know. We made it to the market. Welcome to this market vlog. All the prep work has been done. We're setting up. We're in the middle. We did pretty good. We came in, pulled up the canopy, because me and my mama had never set up a canopy before. We're such girls, we're literally girls. So we was watching everybody trying to figure it out, but we got it done. So now I have the hat rack set up and the table. So now I'm gonna start decorating the table and stuff like that. But I just wanted to say hey, because I feel like I was in a good spot to talk now. So hopefully the quality of the sound is T. I'm gonna wear my mic all day and just show you guys around my market experience, my very first market experience. Let's set up and start putting stuff on the table. Let's see. Y'all can't see what I'm doing, but I'm taking the tag off of the sign so I can return it to Walmart. And then let's put the flowers out and see how those sit. And then I can put the hats up. We're gonna put the flowers on the tables. So like flowers go together.
Okay.
Let's see. Yes. Cut that on. Can y'all see me? I think you can. Oh, I didn't. We can.
Oh, I thought you were going to.
I had one, but I ended up just putting them in the. But maybe I should though do one and just lay it on the table. I think that could be cute. I don't know why Beyonce is in my head right now, but talking to the camera, to my vlog, Beyonce is in my head right now. I don't know why, but she is. But old Beyonce, not Cowboy Carter Beyonce. It does. It smells so good.
We're gonna put the purses on this other table?
Nah, do we still have this
here.
whole table?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay guys, I just made my first sale, which is very exciting. It was very much trial and error because there's no Wi-Fi out here. So I had looked it up, I researched how to take payments offline, but it wasn't working. So I just used my hotspot. So I guess I'll be using my hotspot all day. And then of course, somehow miraculously, I left my gift bags somewhere at the house. We looked up and I couldn't find them. So I must have squirrel them away somewhere because they're nowhere to be found. So my mama just ran to go get some gift bags because the sweet person who purchased, she was like, do you have any bags? And I was like, no, actually I lost them. So yeah, my mama ran to go get some bags, so shout out to her. But yeah, I just made my first sale. Very exciting. I'm trying not to be frazzled, but it's all, yeah. Whew. One person at a time, please, thanks. Okay, let's do a walk around and take some pictures before I sell out, because speaking into existence, we're gonna sell out today. You like how I did that? Need a not so ordinary gift. Shop 11 Knot Studio. Clever. Shout out to ChatGPT. Good morning. Anyway, I was saying that I just had my second purchase, which is so exciting because it's currently 11:05. The market technically started at 11, but folks, you know, humans, you see a cool thing, you come check it out, whether or not that's before the actual time starts or not. But yeah, so 2 sales so far, which is crazy to me. I'm just so encouraged. I'm so excited to keep going. I try not to do the most when I talk to people, so I just like say good morning. But I think I'm a naturally pretty bubbly person, so very much so like a hey, good morning, how are you kind of person, and then I'll let you like do your thing. Really my vibe. So I think that'll happen. But yeah, I don't know. Very exciting. I'm gonna wait for my mama to come back, and then we should be like a well-oiled machine. I'm very excited.
Thank you. 2 hours, like close to 2 hours.
That's not bad. That's really cool.
Thank you. I think I'm at the point now where I can feel comfortable pulling out my crochet stuff, and maybe I'll crochet a little bit and make a bowl. But the bowls haven't sold yet, so maybe people don't want bowls.
We'll be coming home.
Oh yes, I
We'll be coming home.
I'm glad you like it.
It looks so cute with your face and your glasses. Oh, it's so cute.
It is cute. It's $35 and you pay card, Zelle, cash, how do you prefer? Thank you. My face all up in the camera. Somebody just bought my last AKA hat, so that's really exciting. So all I have is 1913 and 1920. So shout out to the girls. Shout out. My bucket hats are moving. I'm really surprised that my little stuff isn't selling yet. So yet, keyword is yet, because we're gonna sell out. Haley's here, y'all. Look at what she purchased. She's got lots of things. She bought a bouquet, a hair bows, and a rubber duck.
A ducky.
Because she's a Jeep girl.
A ducky for the
So
window.
cute. And she's also my soror. So, oh, how cute. Thanks for the purchase.
Here, Kevon is reminded just how trying it can be to be a vlogger. Of course, the mic has died, and she's wondering how long she's been talking into a dead microphone.
I have no clue when the receiver died, but it died. So hopefully y'all can hear me okay. I was just doing a time check. It's 1:30 now, so I've made a few more sales, which is very exciting.
It's time to get the full story. Let's head to her post-market debrief and get the tea.
This is my, I guess it's my second time using my microphone, and I'm kind of excited about it. Welcome to the second half of my market vlog. We did it, guys. We did it. My very first ever market. I will never get one of these again, so that's crazy to say. This was a big goal for me this year. I just wanted to see if I could do it. I just wanted to try it. It was really exciting to be able to come home after, it's been a week now. So it was just nice to have this like accomplishment under my belt, to cross off one of the goals that I set for myself at the beginning of this year, was to do a vendor market. And so I've done it, period. I've done it, which is very exciting. So let's get into all the things and find out if I'm going to do it again. So what do you want to know first? Money? The things. Let's talk about the things. So one of my learnings that I took away is that I really want to be more intentional about keeping track of the product that I sell, because I kind of had this rough idea of what I was taking, and I called myself making a list in a Google document, like an Excel Google document, Google Sheets, but I didn't actually use it. And then the day of the market, I sat down and wrote everything down in my notebook with the intention to keep track and like tally up everything that I was selling, but I just didn't do a good job of that. I think that was because I had help with me. I had help, of course, right? I just like wasn't keeping track. So my people would bag up some stuff, I would bag up some stuff, and at some point I would step away, or I just was talking to people, so I wasn't keeping track of what exactly was moving. A note for next time is for me to just keep a better track of what exactly I'm selling. I have like a rough idea, right? I know where all the money came from and stuff, but not 100% sure how many things of what went. And that's just like didn't keep track at the beginning. So that's a note. Let's talk about my actual product. A quick rundown of everything that I sold. I sold bucket hats, ruffle hats, cat ear beanies, granny square cat ear beanies, plushie rubber ducks, plushie teacher apples for teacher end of the year gifts, teacher pencil keychains, some hair bows, handbags, and flower bouquets. The items that sold were the flower bouquets were a big hit, which is really exciting because that was like my main seller. That is what I really wanted to sell for this market since it was the day before Mother's Day. Those did really well. I think I ended up taking home maybe like 5 individual flowers, and that was fine with me. Yeah, I was very excited to see those go. I did an interactive component where people could pick up a bouquet, like a wrapper or whatever, and then put their own flowers inside of it. And so let's break down the pricing of the flowers. I made crochet roses, sunflowers, tulips, lavender, and carnations. Each of those and what I sold them for varied a little bit. So the roses, sunflowers, and carnations I sold for $10 individually, and the tulips and the lavender I sold for $8 individually. But if you purchased a bouquet, if you did roses, sunflowers, or carnations, those bouquets were 3 for $25. If you did tulips or lavender, you could get a bouquet 3 for $20. A lot of people did the 3 for $25, and a few people did the 3 for $20. One lady even picked up double, so that was my flowers. What else sold? The hair bows, those sold, and I'm very happy about those because I think those were my favorite part. Should I put this down? Okay, we have transferred the mic, so I hope that you can hear me. But like I said, the hair bows were my favorite part. They're just so cute. I ended up taking home 2 sets of hair bows, but my granny ended up just buying the extras because I sold the hair bows for $12 in a set of 2. The rubber ducks, the little small rubber duck plushies, those sold. I sold those for $8. People loved those. The little kids loved those. So those went pretty quickly. I only had 5 of those to sell anyway. And then some of my bucket hats sold. I think I sold 5 bucket hats out of like 22. So I was pleasantly surprised about the bucket hats too. And the price point seemed like it was pretty good. Like people were open to paying that price for a bucket hat. I charged $35 for pretty much every bucket hat that was sold was a $35 bucket hat. I did have some bucket hats that were $25, and I charged $25 because it was just one like color scheme. Okay, what didn't sell? My handbags didn't sell at all. Well, actually, I sold one handbag. Shout out to the person who purchased a handbag. She watches my videos, so hey girl, thank you so much. So yeah, I sold one handbag, and I believe I had 8 or 9 handbags total that could be purchased. So yeah, I'm not sure how the girls feel about handbags. I don't know. If you watched my market prep vlog, you would have seen me and my cousin going back and forth about how much to charge for these handbags. We just couldn't decide really. Like, what I want to charge for them is it feels expensive, but really in my mind it's not expensive. So yeah, I guess I can tell y'all what I charge for them. For these little square handbags, I charged $60, and it's made with t-shirt yarn. So yeah, that's how much I sold my handbags for, but they really didn't move. Next thing that didn't really sell was my like teacher gift ideas. So some people bought pencil keychains, and a few people bought the apple plushies, but not many. I ended up bringing some of those home. So that was interesting. I was kind of thinking that since those were a much lower price point, people would naturally like pick those up. Plushies, these apple plushies and the rubber ducks are my lower price point items. Hopefully, I was just kind of expecting to not bring any of those home, but that didn't happen. So that was interesting. Yeah, I guess kind of like a note to me that your price is your price, really. And if somebody wants something, they'll purchase it. So I've touched a little bit on pricing, but in case you're curious, we can talk a little bit about how I priced my items. And like I mentioned earlier, I called on my cousin and we just talked out my pricing, like what I was thinking, what price point she would be like, okay, yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah, kind of thing. So I talked to her, talked to my mom, of course, and we just kind of like talked out pricing. I did not do the recommended calculations that people suggest to price your items for. Since this was my first market, baby, I'm here for the vibes. I'm just having fun. Really, any money is extra money for me. And so I didn't see the need to like really dig into a true formula for figuring out my price, especially since a lot of the stuff I had made months ago, like in September and October, just for funsies. And you know, if somebody buy it, I'm just happy with that. So I didn't calculate how much yarn used, and I didn't charge a base rate to pay myself or anything like that. I just was kind of like going off the vibes. But you can definitely use a formula to figure out a proper price to charge for your items. You know, you can just like go to Pinterest, go to Etsy, go to the Clock app and find people who have created spreadsheets to help you properly decide on a price that represents your time and the money spent on materials and stuff like that. Let's talk about what I didn't purchase, like the things that I like, how I saved on expenses for this market, because as we know, your first market experience can be kind of expensive just getting started, right? You need a canopy, you need a canopy, you need tables, you need tablecloths, you need gift bags, you need a way to take payment. And if you want to go the square route, it costs money. Like there's a fees associated with that. So yeah, let's talk about those things. So I was very lucky to have people who like do markets. They do this, they like true to this, not new to this. So I hit up my auntie. So I hit up my people and was like, do you have a canopy? And she was like, yes. So I got a canopy from her, a 10 by 10 canopy, and she had a ton, which was very, very exciting. And she also had tables. So I got tables from her. She had those little wooden crates that everybody uses on their tables. She had some of those, so I took one of those from her. She also had the like chalkboard signage, the small ones that you could use for your table. She had those, so I took those from her, borrowed those things from her. And then I also borrowed some tables from my cousin. That's everything that I borrowed. Some purchases that I made for this market. I was asking around to find out if I really needed the weights for the canopy. I don't know, but I ended up, I don't know if I actually did, but I ended up purchasing those from Amazon. Those ran me $36. So I did have to purchase weights for my canopy. What else did I purchase? If you watch my last market vlog, I was on Facebook Marketplace pretty frequently, just looking to see what I could see that might be nice for my market. And a lady who has like vended before, she did a lot of craft shows. She was selling one of those A-line chalkboard stands, and I had my eye on one of those but didn't want to pay full price for it from Hobby Lobby. So I looked up and found one of those on Facebook Marketplace, and in addition to the stand, she gave me chalkboard markers. So altogether for the stand and the markers, I paid her $30, which was nice because the stand from Hobby Lobby was $40. So I'm like, a win is a win. And she actually met me in my city because she lived 30 minutes away, and she actually lived 30 minutes away, and she was kind enough to meet me in my city. So shout out to her. What else did I purchase? I purchased tablecloth for my pop-up market, but I ended up returning those because I had purchased tablecloths for 6-foot tables, and neither one of my tables was 6 feet. So I returned those. So I got my money back. I purchased gift bags from Amazon, but I ended up forgetting those at my house the day of. So my mama had to go to Michael's and grab me up some gift bags. So I returned the ones that I had sitting at my house, and then took out the price of the gift bags, calculated my profit when I calculated my total profit. All right, let's talk about what I made, which is the most exciting part. The grand total for what I sold at my market came out to be $735.65. But of course, you have to subtract your expenses from that. So I'll tell you what expenses I subtracted from this total and why and all that stuff. So I did not subtract my booth fee because my mom put money towards, my mom basically added this like to my Christmas gift because she knew that it was something that I wanted to do. Basically, girl math, I had already had that money as a gift. It was the money for my vendor fee was a gift. So I didn't include the vendor fee. And then in addition to that, I had like an extra $40, and that she gave me $100. So my booth fee was $60. So in my head, I had $40 extra money. One of my bigger items that I purchased for this market, I just took $40 from it. That's how we got there. So $100 free. And then the stuff that I paid for, I purchased a hat rack, and that ended up being like $80. So like I said, the $40 extra from my mama's $100 gift to me. $40 went to the hat rack. I came out of pocket $40. And then I only included the yarn that I knew that I purchased with the specific intentions for this market. So for example, the yellow rubber ducks, I needed to buy the chenille yarn for that. So the yellow yarn, orange yarn, safety eyes, all that stuff that took to make those rubber ducks, I included that in my expenses. If I already had the yarn, which I had a lot of it, I didn't include at all. Just like little stuff like that. The safety pins that I used to put my pricing on, the alligator clips that I needed to make the hair bows, all those things are included in my expenses. And so my total profit after subtracting my expenses was $556.30. So that was my total profit from this first market, which I think is really good. Over $500 for a market. I'm happy with that. That I really wasn't expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was just like, it took me a minute to be like, oh girl, that's like free money. It feels like free money. I don't know if y'all feel that way when you do a market, but it kind of feels like, wow, that's like extra money that I can put back into my business, or really it's like in a savings right now. But yeah, I just think that's so cool. So plus $500 from this market. What else? Oh, details about this market. It is a one-day market, 11 to 4 p.m. and the booth fee is $60. In my city, we have this person, somebody who has like started these pop-up markets, and so they pretty much happen all year, but the outside ones are, of course, during warmer weather. So I would say from April through October, there are outdoor pop-up markets every weekend at specific areas in my city. You can just sign up as a one-time vendor or whatever. If you want to apply for multiple, I think you have the option to do that. But yeah, so I just signed up, saw a date that I really liked, the Mother's Day weekend date, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that one. And I decided this a long time ago. Like I had been looking probably since the end of the year last year, like December, thinking about it. And so I needed that time to just get prepared and just like prep, right? So me having an event 4 months out is perfect for me because I do not like stress. I do not like to be running around like a chicken with my head cut off. The day before, my eczema will flare up. Like I can't do it. If I can avoid it, I will. So that looks like me deciding on something 4 months out, planning, breaking it up, tracking my milestones, all the things, because baby, I cannot afford to have my eczema flare up because I'm stressed out. So I digress. But yeah, so I chose this market knowing that I had 3 to 4 months to prepare, and also knowing that I had a whole bunch of items that I had made back in September and October for a different purpose. So I was like, cool, bet. I kind of have a back stock built up. I think I would feel good about a market in May that feels like I can execute that in a proper amount of time and I won't be stressed about it. It's not last minute, all the things. So yeah, that was my first market. I'm deciding if I want to do any more with her. It was like the communication was just a little hit or miss for me. So we're gonna see. Sometimes this person, she coordinates pop-up markets at another space that's actually indoors, and that's a really cool space. And I hear that there's a lot of traffic when those pop-up markets happen there. So this leads us to the question, will I do it again? I do think I would do it again. I feel like I need to give myself like 2 or 3 more markets to really decide if it's something that I want to put my energy into, and even like make investments for it, as far as like purchasing tables, purchasing canopies, all the things that come with setting up for a market. I borrowed a lot of that stuff this first time around, and so if it's something that I'm going to continue, I think I would need to make the investment so that I'm not having to like borrow stuff. So yeah, I do think I'm going to set my sights on another market at some point. But like I said, I need months to prepare. So I'm already kind of like, okay, a fall market sounds good, or a like Christmas market would be perfect for me because that gives me enough time to start thinking through what it is I want to sell, start making stuff, and just kind of like doing my thing, getting ready. That's kind of how I am with them. Like, okay, like a good quarterly market, you can see 11 Knot Studio. So that's my honest take. I do think I would do it again. I need to get a few more under my belt to really make a decision about whether or not markets are something that I'm interested in doing. But it was a good time, and I'm very, 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 very thankful for the people who just showed up for me for my first one. My mom, my mom's friends, like friends who have become family. Like, all the people just showed up, came to help, came to break down and just be there, be around, is much appreciated and just makes me feel so loved and super energized to keep going, keep selling my crochet, just see what comes of it. So yeah, am I missing anything else? What else do you want to know about market prep, about the market experience? Drop your questions down below. Let's chat in the comments. If you have any tips or tricks that you want to share in the comments, please drop those down below for the vendor market newbies. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I think that's everything, y'all. I think that's everything. That is my official market recap. We've done it. It's no longer a first time vendor. I'm sitting here looking at all my stuff now. If you're thinking about doing your first market, I hope you go for it. I hope you found this video helpful. If you are somebody like me who recently learned how to crochet, has fallen in love with it, has been making a whole bunch of stuff because you're super inspired by everything you see on the Clock app or on Pinterest, on Etsy, and you've just been busting out stuff, and you wear it sometimes, you don't wear it, baby, go sell it. Sign up for a market, see what it gives, sell your stuff, get your name out there. Just go for it, because if you are anything like me, you probably have a backstock of hats, of stuff you just been making, and it's all great. You can definitely wear it all, but why not spread the joy, spread the love, spread your passion for creating beautiful fiber arts. So if you need to sign up for your first market and to just go for it, I highly recommend that you just go for it and try it. You do not need a whole lot to start. You need a table or two, and you need your crochet, and you need forms of digital payment. I think that's it. I really think that's the bare bones of it. That's the bare bones. So I hope you go for it. I hope you go sign up for your first market. Even better if the market is free, girl. I'm rooting for you. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hit the like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye.